Hello, YouTube. This is Chorus, aka Corey P. I'm coming to you today, and I'm making sure that I had this trusty thing. Because if I'm gonna do this, I need to be under the influence of, if nothing else, tobacco. But I was robbed last night. Yeah, I can tell you what happened. So I went to go visit my friend. He just moved over on the west side. Over, if you live in Atlanta, over by Washington Park near Ashby train station. And so basically I was leaving his house, and it's funny because when I left his house I was like, yeah, it's getting, it was like 8 o'clock, so I was like, yeah, let me get her up and get out of here, girl, because when it get late I don't want to be out in the streets late, because motherfuckers be on this side of town, especially, niggas be a little ruthless. So excuse me, I'm sorry, but yeah, niggas be ruthless. So I was like, let me go ahead and get out of here. Oh shit, and I just catch you on flip. So basically as I'm walking, and I'm walking down the trail on Washington, across from the little neighborhood across from Washington Park, the little row of houses. So I'm walking down a little bike trail. So I'm just walking, minding my business. I noticed like this whole group of like young black males. Not that it's just, that's the fact. First of all, for anybody gets real defensive, that's just the fact. They were all young and black. And so I'm just walking, minding my business, and I noticed like they was just kind of looking like, so I was just like, oh my god, just keep walking, because I'm like one of those people, honey. I'm one of those people, if you keep to yourself, I keep to myself, there's no problems. And normally that's usually how it works out for me. Not to say that I didn't think anything was going to happen, but excuse me, but not to say that nothing was going to happen. There's never going, like, I'm invincible. It's not that. It's just the fact that that's just usually how it goes. Like, I keep to myself and just get to where I gotta go, fine. But anyway, so I was just walking, just minding my business, just doing me. When as I was getting up close to where the sign for Washington Park gets, at the end of the park, I guess where the park begins, is when I noticed like these three figures. Well, it was really, I noticed one, like running up behind me. So I was like, what the fuck? I turned around real quick. And the next thing you know, like, these dudes was just like, give me your cash. Where the cash at? Where the money at? Give me this, give me that. And I'm like, I don't have anything. Like, and then this nigga put out a taser. So I was like, okay, please don't tase me. Like, please, I really do not. I don't need that right now. And yeah, so like, I basically did one. It was three of them. One of them had a taser, and the other one, went through my pockets, took off my book bag, and the other one took the phone out my hand. And like, then they took my wallet, and then they ran off, and that was it. And so basically, I was like, shit. Like, in the direction they were running is the direction towards my friend's house. So I was like, I don't want to go back there, because then they're gonna think that I'm coming after them, and I don't need that gang of trouble either. So I just decided to walk up. I was just gonna go to the train station and notify the police there, but I saw this house. Well, this lady, and this older lady, and her, some of her neighbors, they were just sitting on the porch. So I was like, excuse me, I don't mean to bother y'all, but can one of y'all call the police for me? Because I just got my shit taken. I just got robbed. So I got the police, and like when I was talking to the police, he was like, "Well, is there any way we can contact you?" And I was like, "Well, no, because they were asking all these questions, of course, like what happened." So I told them what happened. I told them where I was, which I was on Lena Street, and he was like, "Well, there have been a lot of, you should be careful because there have been a lot of, that's we have really a lot of trouble with that area." So I'm like, you know, I know that the cop, no disrespect to him, was trying to just, let me know, okay, this has been going on a lot in this area, so be careful. But it doesn't help. It's like, obviously, I mean, you've already told me what I've just come to realize is that y'all niggas, you know, folks be getting robbed in that area. My whole thing is like, if you know this, why was there not a cop car just chilling in the cut? Like it should have been some like I think like if you know that there's a problem area, like they should just have a cop car there on the hour of the hour every hour. Like they should just always have somebody there. But that part that gets better. Hold on. Um Basically, and PS, this is just tobacco, by the way. Because I know sometimes it'd be looking like a blunt, and it's just a black and mild. So for anybody who sees this and they're like, "Oh my God, are you smoking weed?" No. But what was I about to say? Yes. I got robbed. Yeah, and I called the police. And so, I was basically describing, yeah, he was telling me about, this happens a lot in this area. And my whole thing was like, okay, thank you for telling me that, but it doesn't help the situation, boo. I just need somebody to get here. Like, I know you just doing your job, but, I just need somebody to get to me so I can, because my whole thing was like, I either need a ride home or a ride back to my friend's house because I am not walking. I just got robbed, honey. You really think I'm finna walk? You can miss me with that. So, yeah, I got robbed. I mean, like, I'm not in, I am in shock because it's just, I mean, your shit just got taken. Like, I just, I guess I'll talk about how I'm feeling about it later, but I guess let me finish telling the story. So after this third degree, which information giving that I exchange of information, he was just really drilling me. I guess just making sure that he had everything he needed, which is fine. So next thing you know, a cop car just pulls around the corner, comes up Lena Street, work towards me, and so I'm like, yeah, I just called. Did you get that? And he was like, yeah. I mean, what's up? Like, he was just very like, what do you want? Which I don't know. That's just how it came off to me. And so he drove me around, and I showed him where I got robbed at and everything like that. And then another cop car came. I guess that cop car they actually sent came. And he was, talking to the cop. And so I got into the other cop car, and he drove me to the station where I made a report. And then I was like, I need to ride back to my friend's house because, like I said, girl, I'm not walking. I'm not walking. Even though I have nothing anymore, I'm still not walking because not only I've just got robbed. I don't want to get like beat up or gay bashed and anything like that, especially after that whole Brandon White situation. So I'm like, girl, just I need to ride back to him because I was like, well, can you take me back to Midtown? He was like, well, no, that's out of my area tonight. So I was like, okay, well, back to my friend's house we go. So I get back to my friend's house, and basically, um, I told him what happened, and his roommates were like, "Well, you should have did this. Why didn't you fight? All you had was a taser." Okay, girl, listen. It's just stuff. Okay, like what they took from me, I mean, it's just gonna be annoying to get it back because like I got to talk to T-Mobile and I know them hoes are gonna try to charge me to buy like a whole new phone when it's like, no, bitch, my shit was taken from me, like literally taken out of my hand. You know, I was threatened, physically threatened. You know, I didn't know if, I mean, I didn't fear for my life, I guess, because I mean he had a taser. He didn't pull out a gun. So, you know, it just, I guess, in a way, I was lucky that I didn't even, you know, because, I mean, either way, I would react the same way because my basic reaction was just like, take it. I got an iPod. I got this. My wallet's back there. Take anything you need because the way I look at it, honey, I'll have my life. You know, I won't be hurt. And then, you know, I know, and then, like, I mean, there's still that gamble of they probably gonna try to, like, fuck with you. Like, you know, they could still hurt you regardless, but I think they were more concerned with let's just get his shit and run. So like I just, you know, I'm like, listen, I'm gonna make this as painless as possible. Take what you need, you know. When it comes to my safety, I'm I don't give a fuck about a phone, an iPod, or a wallet. Like I'm sorry, that's just how I am. I know some people, you know, it's easy because you know it's like, well, you know, like that iPod I had it since I was a junior in college. You know, I had my name engraved on the back and shit. Like, you know, it was more sentimental and I was kind of hurt. Like the phone, I was just kind of like, oh God, I ain't gonna have no phone. You know, we all live on we are a cell phone society. So we live on our phones now. We do so much on our phones. So, you know, it was just like, ugh, I don't have that. You know, I feel like my communication has been gone because that's also how I get my hours at work. Like, my supervisor will call. So I just got to give all this information to everybody and let them know what happened. And yeah, I mean, basically he was just like, "Well, you should have did this. You should." I'm like, "Listen, I mean, I know that you don't want to get your stuff taken, but like I said, in that moment, like I was telling the police officer, I didn't think about my stuff. I thought about my life. I thought about my physical well being. So if you need all this stuff, I mean, and then like, what's really funny is like, if anything, you've helped me because my phone was crap. I'm not gonna say that. My phone, it was just malfunction. Like it was time to get a new one, and like I was just trying to wait till my contract, you know, ran out. Like I was just like deal with it because it wasn't. It was just little stuff that my phone would do, but you know, for the most part, it worked. It was just getting old. You know, it was like the first model Windows phone of that line because I had a HTC HD2, and you know, you should never get like the first shipping of stuff like when it comes to that because like you know those are the kind of like the first ones off the press, so there are a lot of them have like a lot of things that are wrong with them, you know, like glitches and stuff that they perfect as they make, you know, as the phone gets older they perfect it. So anyway, like I said, I wasn't worried about that because I was like, well, you know, my phone's been crapping out, so good luck because I have a time with that phone. But you know, it was my phone though. But you know, still, it's like if you want it, you can take it, honey. You gonna throw that shit away because it's the crappy. It's crapping out. So now I get to get a new phone, and they're not gonna. And T-Mobile, honey, because T-Mobile been tripping. All these cell phone companies tripping because they still be trying to make you pay for shit. The only thing they could probably even get value off of is that iPod Classic, and they ain't gonna get much because it's so old. Like I've had that thing since 2006. So, you know, it's an old classic black iPod Classic 30 gig. Like, it's like, I mean, good luck. You're trying to get more than, you know, you ain't gonna get more than $50 for that shit. I mean, they're like, I think they go for like 199 now, like not even, like right at $100 now for like the 30 gig. And I think the 6 gig is like 70 $80, like, you know, basically like they're not the new, so it wasn't an iPod Touch. So like, you know, honey, I mean, I'm not really pressed about you take it. I mean, the only thing is it's sentimental. Like I said, I had my name engraved on it, and it's just like it's my little buddy. It was like it went with me everywhere. But anyway, I just have to get a new iPod. I don't know how I'm gonna get one, but you know, and it had all my music on it. But thankfully, I mean, thank God, because I almost did. Because I was like, Steven's house does not have like his room, like he don't have a computer. His roommates have a computer, but they have Dells, and I was just thinking like, uh, let me take my laptop with me. And I was just like, no, I don't want to take all that because it's just too much to lug around. I'm gonna leave my laptop here because I'm coming back anyway, so I don't need to take all that with me. Thank God that I made that judgment, because had they took this baby, I would be so sad. So the most valuable thing I left at home, thank the Lord. But yeah, they just, they what they took was not really worth much. Like, I don't carry cash on me because that's really what they wanted, like cash and stuff. They can really. I had my debit card in my wallet, but I canceled that at the police station, honey. And they were like, "You had the numbers." That's nothing. His roommate was like, "You had the numbers for that?" And it's like, "Yeah, bitch. Just in case shit like this happens, those are the numbers you memorize." Okay. I should have memorized T-Mobile's customer service number, but I knew I had my computer. I could just look it up. But I should, yeah, like that's the type of shit that you memorize, honey. You, you know. So when shit like that happens, just be like, hey, "Can I use your phone?" You call the police, then you call your credit card. Hey, cancel that. I just got robbed, girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just cut that out, nip that in the bud. That was because I was thinking, because I got paid today and my check was pretty sweet this week, and you ain't finna dip into that. And she's like, "We'll put an alert on it." And I was like, "No, bitch, shut that shit down. Put an alert if you must, but shut it all. Like, lock, freeze that shit until I get my card not activated. Like, I don't need nobody trying to do anything with my shit." Okay? You know what I'm saying? But they can't anyway, because, well, it depends. Like, you can go to, like, McDonald's or something, but, like, if you go to any store, they're going to ask for my PIN number regardless. Unless they try to do that shit as credit. So then, yeah, it's a good thing they did do that, because so that if they're smart, they would never try to use a debit card. Like, if like you would have to use it within the first like hour of trying to after robbing somebody. But after that, like after a day or two, you just might as well get rid of that shit, because like people cancel them and they put like alerts on them like this shit was stolen. So if this shit's tried to be used, and I bet you one of them dumb motherfuckers gonna do that shit. Like they gonna actually use it. I'm just but anyway, yeah, he was just that, you should have did this, you should have did that. And I was just like, girl, that's stuff. Like I keep telling people, honey, if it's not worth your life, a phone is not worth my life. An iPod is not worth my life. Those things can be replaced. I have a job. I just have to. I'm probably going to use one of my checks to buy myself a whole new iPod anyway. And I'm more pissed because I was going to buy my tickets for the Trey Songz concert today, and I can't. I was going to get a bike. Like I actually, because I was. It's ironic that everything that I was planning to do was going to help prevent this from happening, because I was going to buy a bike and stuff, because I was like, I walk around too much, and if I'm more mobile, like if I'm on something, you can't catch me if I'm whizzing by, you know what I mean? So like instead of walking, I got something to ride on, and I get to where I need to get to quick, you know what I'm saying? So I was just kind of like, shit, I should have took, I should have, I mean, everything that I was gonna do, I can't do it. So I don't know. I mean, and my best friend, he just kept asking me, was I okay? Did I feel okay? And I mean, I'm fine. It's just, I'm annoyed because it's my last 10 minutes. It's just, I mean, why would you take somebody's stuff? Like, if you don't have it, it's like that's. I was just looking at them like I was more annoyed because like one y'all young black kids and y'all need to be in the house somewhere. Or, you should be chilling at the mall or talking on the phone with your homegirls or homeboys or what I'm saying, like you should be doing teenage shit. Instead you out here robbing people, taking people's stuff. Like it's not. And then the stuff that you taking, like in my book bag, all I had was some old rundown black Adidas with a hole in the bottom, and two old notebooks that was like one of them was both of them were my journals. Like I have two journals. I just always carry them. And I just write in them, journal and an address book, I think. So yeah, it was just like you're not gonna get anything from this. And my book bag was old, it had holes in it and everything. Like I got that book bag back in '05, '06. It's like an old, it's a Vans camo book bag. I really like that book bag. It's so cool. But anyway, I wore that shit out. But anyway, yeah, it's just like it's nothing to take. Like everything that you take has no value. So really has no real value. You can't wear it. You know what I'm saying? You can't use it. You can use the iPod, but which if they do decide to use it, they are in for a treat because I got some pretty decent music. I mean, some shit on there is kind of gay, but I'm gay, so it's. But I'm just thinking about them like what they probably like listen to. But I got some pretty good music on there. Like, hopefully, one of them take it and listen to it and be entertained. Like, I got a shit ton of music on there, and it's good music. So, if anything, Merry Christmas, nigga. You got a present, even though you took it, and I hope it makes you happy. But like I said, if you're gonna sell it, I mean, you're not gonna get much. So, like I said, the real tea heat is on y'all because y'all just taking shit that ain't worth shit. Really, it's more sentimental than anything. Definitely gonna get nothing for that phone. That phone is mm-mm. That phone is jacked up, honey. Like it freezes, it shuts down on you. Like I really was just like, Lord, they gave me the glitchiest phone in the factory, honey. This thing always has a mistake. But it's just annoying because yeah, you just complicated my life a little bit, but I'm happy that I'm alive. I'm happy I have a life. So for anybody that if you're ever facing that situation, just take I mean, just let them take what they need. Like, don't fight. And that was another thing. They was like, well, all they had was a taser. Okay, yeah, maybe one of them had a taser, and maybe the plan was, okay, we just gonna use this taser, and if he resists, it's three of us, we could just jump the nigga. But you never know what's going through anybody's mind. Like any one of them could have had a gun, and what if I had a bucked or like really? Because I'm a pretty stocky dude. Like don't let the fact that I'm a little swishy with it, you know, fool you. Like I'm a solid ass man. Like my calves, like if I kick a motherfucker in the chest, it's over. Like you got at least two or three broken ribs, nigga. Like you see my calf muscles. For those who know me, you see my calf. If you see my calf muscles, bitch, it's nothing to play with. So like had I actually tried to fight back, I don't know if one of these motherfuckers would have pulled out a gun, a knife, anything. And I just didn't want to take that risk. So I just said, take what you need. Like I don't give a fuck. You know, I live. I live to see another day. That's all I was cared about. So to make a long story short, I spent the night at my friend's house. I just got back this morning. Um, I left with him when he went to work. it just sucks. But and it just sucks that it was just done by, you know, three little young black boys. They had to be no older than 17. Like, they were babies, you know what I mean? And it's just like, y'all are so stupid. Like, this is not the life for you. Like, you can do so much better than this, than stealing some old ass shit from me, you know? But, you know, hey, I mean, they about that life. They about that shit. Anyway, it sucks, but I'm better. I'll get over it. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna do all that I need to do right now. So, for my friends that live in the Atlanta area, you know, if you guys can help me with phones, like, I need to make calls, go places so I can do shit, you know, I'm just gonna need to lean on y'all for a little bit just till I get everything I need back. Because I don't even have an ID. Well, I do have a copy of my ID, and I think that shit is still good, actually. Which, the little paper copy, I think that shit is still good. I'll use that if I ever want to go anywhere. But right now, it's just too much right now, and I'm just more pissed. I'm more hurt because it's like, you took my stuff, dude. Like, it's not that serious, but I mean, I'm not definitely not scared to walk down the street. I mean, I won't be walking down the street like that alone again. You know, if I can help it. Like, and I'm definitely going to be a little smarter about that. And to my friend, I don't know if I'm gonna be coming over your house past a certain time, honey. So after, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess it just still happens. So I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it, because I might have, you know, I could. I mean, knowing me, I'll just move on, because that's usually how I am. Just like, okay, it happened. Can't do anything about it other than, you know, replace my stuff and do what I need to do on my end. Life goes on, but I don't know, like, I don't know how I feel if I walk down that street again. I don't know if I even want to walk down that street again, because the lady was telling me, like, you know, them boys, sometimes they do that shit in broad daylight, like, sun out, everything, and they'll pull that same stunt on you. So I don't even know what I'm gonna do now, but we're gonna have to meet on my side of town for a little bit, just until I get my wits about myself again. Yeah, I just can't believe that shit. I got robbed. I mean, it happens, I guess, to people every day, but you know, you never realize the reality of it until it does happen to you. So, I mean, like I said, thankfully, it was just a taser and the threat of an ass whooping. But yeah, it's whatever. Anyway, y'all have a good morning, afternoon, and night. And I'm gonna post this, and it's just gonna be that. Yeah, bitches.